Hey, Charlotte Reed here. Welcome to Empowered Healers. I was just on another video telling a story and it reminded me that I needed to do a video about emotional bondage. Emotional bondage. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Yeah, I don't really know if I have either. I've probably read it somewhere a long time ago, or maybe it just came to me. But anyway, I believe that our society now there's many people in financial bondage, you know, the burden of debt. But also lately, one thing that we are seeing is emotional bondage. So the adversary works very hard to, capture us and beat us down. And one way he does that is with the financial burden of debt. Okay. The other is the mindset of having to have a job, a J-O-B. I don't believe that everybody has to have a job. There are some people that need to have a job. There are some people that need that. Some people that need to be poor. Go ahead, do that. Thank you. And the rest will have that wealth mindset and step above that. The entrepreneurs, the farmers and ranchers, and those who are lifting us up and above that. Okay. And the third way is emotional bondage. Strange and serious thing here. I can look back in my family history, even just 2 or 3 generations, and I see how emotions were treated or not. I can see one of my grandfathers was very loving and hugging, and he'd tell me he loved me, and he sure appreciated me, and I would do the same. And he was both of my grandpas were very wonderful men. So don't get me wrong. The other grandpa, it was a different experience. No hugs ever, no love, sad. Okay, he would do things to show that he loved you, but he would never say it. And it was the funniest thing. I loved that grandpa. I lived by him my whole life. Until recently when he passed away. And and then I got married. Yeah, that's what I mean. When I got married and moved away, and then he passed away. Anyway, when you're talking on the phone to Grandpa, he would never say bye. He would just click, hang up. So you're like, oh, I guess we're done talking. Okay, we're done talking. Thanks for the conversation. It was hilarious. No matter what it was, he would talk, click. Oh, okay, the end. Okay, bye. Bye, Grandpa. It's funny, but that just kind of is kind of an example that the emotional, and his parents were like that, and I don't know where that came from, and I don't know why the other grandpa was different, because they grew up in that same generation, World War II. My grandpa was a World War II veteran. My other grandpa missed World War II because he had to stay home and farm because he raised potatoes to ship to the troops. Fascinating, great stories there. But anyway. They were of that same era. They grew up in the Depression, and both of their families before that were farmers and ranchers. And I know that this goes on many generations, but the idea of not allowing our emotions to be okay, to deal with it, to feel the emotions, to express them, and then to let them go. But instead, we have so many people, and I'm not saying this is everyone. I'm sure that there's some that are just perfect and that they've had good examples their whole lives. And I'm saying that there's many people who have taken those emotions and they've stuffed them. I see this in my children even. I see them take an emotion and instead of verbalizing it and feeling it, they stuff it. And I see that as a reflection, as a mirror of what I have taught them or what I have done as an example, and it scares the crap out of me because I see where it's headed. So I've taken the time to say, whoa, time out. Let's fix this. Let's cancel, clear, delete, and replace that with a positive affirmation and a positive emotion. After you feel it and express it, let it go, put the good back in. And so get rid of the emotional bondage. There are several ways to do so. Number 1 is to start muscle testing with the book, The Emotion Code, because it has that great little chart. You can muscle test to find out what emotion is trapped. Emotions get trapped, cause physical issues. If you're not open to that, think on that for a minute. But if you're open, it's fabulous, right? Fabulous idea. You have an emotion, someone hurts you, and maybe you have a shoulder pain, and it gets trapped there. There it is. Until you release that, then suddenly your shoulder's free to move, and it's like, oh my goodness, I didn't realize that was an issue. Yes, emotions trapped cause physical issues. Crazy, huh? So anyway, Anyway, use the book, The Emotion Code, and also Remembering Wholeness, and the other book, Feelings Buried Alive, Never Die, by Carol Trueman. A wonderful book because it has the script, and so you need the script to read. You use kind of all of them together. Okay, then you're also going to incorporate tapping. Okay, I've done videos on tapping, and I've also done videos on oils, using the oils for not only physical relief, but also emotional release as well. So it takes the gamut, because right now, currently, we don't have one perfect solution to get out of emotional bondage. It's going to take, several different modalities to help us to release that. Okay, and those are the ones that I prefer. Perhaps I'll look back a year from now and say, oh, why did I do that? That was crazy. You know what? This is what I know right now. This is what I've learned in studies, and I'm thankful for my journey, because this is awesome and amazing, and I've so far been able to help so many people on this emotional journey. So, muscle test, find your emotion. You can use the emotion code to release it. You can use the oils to release it. You can use tapping. How about all of them together? That's the best. Okay? So more on the other videos. You can find out how to release the emotions and get out of emotional bondage, because we are the chain-breaking generation. It is up to us to clear that. And I promise you that by clearing it now in this generation, not only does it clear it for our children and our children's children, but it breaks that bond and releases those of our previous ancestors, because they still suffer from it right now in the spirit world. So let's release that and free them so that they can enjoy peace and love. Okay, here's to getting out of emotional bondage. Go pick up the books, do some muscle testing, okay? Do your emotion code, and you run the script. Okay, then tap it away and use the oils and the emotional blends to clear those emotions. Okay, this is Charlotte Reed from Empowered Healers. I will talk to you on the next one. Love you, bye-bye.